Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. What a time we've been having with Elvira here, right? Dang, I can't believe we got so many subscribers in the last couple weeks. I appreciate it very much. It's like so cool to have you guys ride along with me, and all of you that's been along with me the whole time, I appreciate you too. We're like family, no doubt. No doubt. I thought we'd take a little ride because there's nothing to do. It's cold outside here in Michigan. It's cold. It's like 30 degrees, and the GoPro cameras don't last very long, or the batteries, I mean. I thought we'd take a little ride down in the woods, because recently in Michigan on October 1st, the National Forest Service opened up a lot of roads, forest roads, opened up a lot of them. Some of them are still closed, but this is one of them that's open. Just happens to be right by my house, so we can ride down here. I'm a lucky guy, you know. On October 1st, they opened forest roads in the Manistee, here on Manistee National Forest, which is very cool. And yeah, that's why we're able to do this. A lot of people ride on private property, or you go to ride parks and ride. That's cool too, and hopefully we can get to some of them someday. But anyways, I'm just jabbering. I got a microphone hooked up. I've been experimenting with the camera angles and stuff. I'm hoping to find out which one works better. So I got this one back here, right there. I kind of like that. And maybe you guys can tell me what angles you like the best, because I can put a camera right on the back so you can see where we have been. That's kind of cool. But today I have you guys right there. All my friends, you're right there looking at me flapping my gums here. I've been watching a lot of side-by-side videos like the last 3 or 4 months, like every day. And there's some of them I watch every day. There's some guys in Michigan that make excellent side-by-side videos. I would mention the side-by-side blog, SXS blog. Those guys are very good and very helpful, and they like trash their cars. There's a fella in Ontario, Canada. His channel name is Adrenaline Junkie Prod. I watch him a lot. He rides on private land mostly in Canada, and they do a lot of slow stuff, but very good and informational, and I've learned a lot from those guys. And of course, the Dirt Dudes UTV channel on YouTube I watch, because I like met one of them anyways. I didn't even know that they had a YouTube channel till afterwards, but I watch all of those, and I've been learning a lot of, and it brings a question up to me, like, what is an old guy like me just getting into side-by-sides? Why did I get this car? What do you think, huh? Why? Because I'm retired, you know. I should be getting a Rascal. For all of you that don't know what a Rascal is, it's like a little cart, electric powered cart that you can ride around on if you can't walk very well. Those are cool. I probably should have a Rascal, but aren't you guys wondering why I chose this car? This is a 2021 Can-Am Maverick DS Turbo RR. The RR stands for rocket, because this has the largest horsepower production motor on the market. This car can go anywhere. You go to 0 to 60 in a heartbeat. Why does an old guy have to get a car like this? I'm wondering myself. But there's several reasons why I bought this, and I think first off is because it is a Can-Am, which is made by BRP, Bombardier Recreational Products. They also make snowmobiles. I've had snowmobiles ever since I was a kid, which happens to be Ski-Doo. Yup, Ski-Doo is made by BRP, and I'm just partial to BRP. This has the same clutch as a snowmobile basically, and I love the way it looks. This thing looks mean. That's why we called her Elvira. I'm going to ride Elvira every chance I get, y'all. And that's one of the big reasons is the reliability. I've never had a problem with my snowmobiles. You know, things don't last forever, but you can keep them running a long time. BRP been making snowmobiles since Moby Dick was a minnow. So that's one of the big reasons. Another reason is because I like the way it looks. It just looks cool, looks mean. And in the videos that I've watched on YouTube, the guys that are riding the Can-Ams, they're all fast, very fast. This thing is like 195 to 200 horsepower stock. You can't get a bigger motor than this one, a stock motor. You can make them bigger, but you have to buy aftermarket parts and do all kinds of changes and everything. But the reason I wanted the horsepower, I gotta tell you, is huge. And this goes back to my snowmobile days. I used to have a 500cc fan-cooled Polaris snowmobile, and we were out riding with some friends one day. The snow was very deep, and we were going down a road that was drifted over. And for a 500cc fan-cooled snowmobile to go down a very heavily drifted road, the snow was like 4 feet deep, sometimes 5 foot. My snowmobile was struggling. I was going, but it was struggling heavy. And one of my buddies that I was riding with, he had a 600cc water-cooled snowmobile. He pulls up next to me. The 600cc is more horsepower. The water-cooled engine makes it very quick. It was a Polaris snowmobile. He like pulls up beside me and looks at me like, come on, can't you go any faster? I'm like, oh, I'm wide open now, man. And the dude just gives me that, you know, that look like, and he goes, vroom, blew right by me. So I get home and tell the wife what happened, and like, I just couldn't live with that, man. Couldn't live with that. So I went and bought a Ski-Doo. When the Rev chassis first come out, I bought one of the first ones, and I think it was 03. Bought a 600 water-cooled Rev, the Ski-Doo MXZ Rev. You know what? Nobody blew by me no more. Not that we were drag racing or anything all the time, but nobody blew by me because they couldn't keep up with that thing. So that's the reason I got this. You know, I'm not, if we race, I got a pretty good chance. But if we're trail riding, which I plan on doing most of the time and bringing you guys with us, when we're trail riding, you're like, you can keep up. Nobody's gonna blow by you. You can keep up. You know, I'm a beginner at the side-by-side stuff, and we're just learning what the machine is capable of here. This thing is capable of just about everything you want to do. You know, you can jump them, you can race them, you can run them in the sand dunes, you can run them through the water and the mud, the snow. If you got them set up right, they'll go just about anywhere that you want to go. So me being a new guy, I'm just learning. You got to know your machine. In fact, in the trail rides, we've done 3 of them. If you haven't seen the latest videos, or the first 3 videos, you know, rookies driving a high-powered side-by-side, you check those out. They're on my channel there. But very seldom did we get over 35 miles an hour. And in this thing, let me get it up to 35 right now. See, that's 35, and it feels like you're hauling butt. Just because it's a small, lightweight, very powerful car. But there's a lot of times in trail riding that we noticed. We went to Baldwin 3 times already, and the trails are not one-way trails. They're like when you're cruising the trail, somebody could be coming from the other way. A lot of the corners are very sharp, and if you're going too fast, you guys can meet in the corners, and bam, you're gonna have a fender bender, get hurt, damage your high-dollar new car and all that. So you could damage your car, hurt somebody, and it's just no fun. Me personally, from my snowmobile experience, you can go really fast on a trail with a snowmobile too, but the same thing will happen. I've seen it happen so many times. So I, for one, am usually cautious of that. I always think there's somebody coming around the next corner. But there are places we can go where we can use the horsepower, you know, just the raw power of this car. There are places we can go where you can use it. Well, the sand dunes is one of them, or you put this thing in low range in 4-wheel drive, and you got a nasty mud hole. You can put it in low range and rev it up really good to get through deep mud or crawl up hills. I've seen these cars go straight up the side of rocks, you know, huge, right up the side of a mountain or whatever. So hopefully we'll learn how to do all that stuff. It's just going to take some time, but today we're just cruising around. I thought I'd take you guys with me. I'm cruising around in my backyard pretty much, and I thought I would just explain to you why a geezer like me got a car like this. Now you know. But I've been a motorhead my whole life, really. Off-road is just awesome. You get to, you know, look at the colors in the trees, and you just get another opportunity to go things that you go see, places and things you'd never get to do. Yeah, I like to ride, so why not go in style, right? This thing has a lot of stuff in it. The 4-wheel drive is amazing. It's fast, seems to be pretty good on gas, and I just wanted one. So when I went to the dealership in Peacock Limited, it's just a little bit north of Baldwin, Michigan, I went there to get an oil change kit for my Polaris 4-wheeler, which I use to plow snow with. This thing's really amazing to plow snow with. I'd never taken that trail riding or anything. We just use it to plow snow. So I happened to see a Can-Am sitting in there. The guy has Can-Am, Kawasaki, Polaris, you name it, they have it at Peacock if you're interested in a new machine. But I got to looking at these. This one was still in the crate, and I got to looking at them. I go, holy cow, that is cool. And I told them, like, I started watching videos and all of that stuff, and I went home and I was thinking and thinking and thinking, like, I'm gonna get one, because like I mentioned in a previous video, cousin Chris got a Wildcat, an Arctic Cat Wildcat last summer. Took me for a ride. Then I ended up at one of the dirt dudes' weddings. Nick, my wife is friends with his mother-in-law, so, and he come riding up to his party, oh, the reception, wedding reception. He come riding up on a Razor that, like, he goes over a jump he made in his yard. He goes over a jump, comes riding up a hill, and they jump out. And, like, it was just cool, like dirt dudes, man. So I decided we're getting us a side-by-side because we can ride this all year round. The Harley's broken, the front tire's broken, so, and the rim you can't get until next year because of everything that's going on. It's probably setting off the coast of California in one of them big honking boats, probably. Anyways, that's why we ended up with this, and it's just another way. In fact, I'm at a cool spot right now I want to show you guys. So let me hop out of this car and show you a cool spot right here. So hard to reach around. Curious to see how the wind noise. I got a microphone, Adrenaline Junkie Productions, just clipping on you. It's hooked to my GoPro. I don't know if you guys like to hear me talk when we're riding around. Most of the videos I've watched the side-by-sides, no one's talking when they're driving. They must all be blonde, right? Is that a blonde joke? Talking when you're driving? I don't know. You guys tell me, leave a comment. All my wives are blonde, so you can't, I'm hearing clunking noises. You can't tell me I'm picking on blondes, because I know them firsthand. Yes, I do. This thing has cup holders too, right down there. Bring your beverage while you're riding around. It's kind of cool. But I just thought I'd explain, not to repeat myself over and over, and to explain a little bit why a new guy, an old guy, would get one of these things. It's just fun. You know, we have the horsepower if we need it, but I am a firm believer in being safe when you're out trail riding. If the trails were one way, where everyone was going the same direction, oh, we'd be hauling butt, that's for sure. But I think with the new changes that the Forest Service made, the DNR and the National Forest Service and all that, we need to be careful so we don't ruin it for everybody. That's my opinion. We just need to be careful. Just cruise along. I enjoy cruising along through the woods, and you see deer and turkey and everything else. I really enjoy you guys riding along with me. That's why I do these videos. Grandma in New Mexico don't have any trees to drive fly through like this, so they have to go all the way up into the Rocky Mountains to see trees. Or I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I did 20 years in the Navy, and I was stationed mostly in California. Of course, when you're in the Navy, you're on a boat, and the boats go overseas. So I've been overseas too, quite a bit. Seen a lot of different places, and I often think when I'm making videos, like, oh, it's the same old stuff every day I see. You know, everything is normal around here for me, whatever normal is, but I always forget that I have friends that live out west. I have my daughter that lives in Korea, like totally different scenery than what's here. So us Michiganders aren't the only ones that watch these videos. I got to keep reminding myself. And I just realized another thing about this car: it will not go over 15 miles an hour if you don't have your seat belt on. So I wasn't very safe right there, was I? Or was I? I think not going over 15, you're not going to crash bad, so you wouldn't need a seat belt. But I can't even see where to hook it up there. Yeah, we don't need to go over 15 when we're trail riding, do we? Huh. So I think this is going to be a short video. That was a cool spot we just checked out, wasn't it? That's the White River up here in Michigan where I live. It would be fun to see if we could climb that bank right there one day, but that's not happening anytime soon. So I'll close out the video here. I just want to thank you guys for joining me, a beginner, a rookie side-by-side driver. Now you know why I got one, and I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys what this car can do. It's going to snow pretty soon. It did snow yesterday, but it didn't stay. So there's going to be a lot more to come with this side-by-side. We're not done with the motorcycles either. We just had to put it up for a while. So with that, I appreciate you guys subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, hit the button. Just push the button. It's easy. Just boom. Take your old finger, your nose, your big toe, whatever you got, push the button. That way you'll know when I upload another video, and you'll be all good to go. You can put me on your list of videos to watch when it's too nasty to be outside. I'll probably be outside with this thing, freezing my butt off and having a good time. We will see you next time for sure. This is part of the trail I can haul balls on. I just love this part right here. We'll see if we can get a good drone shot.